Okay, hi everyone. Hope you're having a nice day. Just going to start that up so I can see people coming in. There's one person here. Say hi when you come in. It's really nice to know who I'm talking to. So tonight we're going to, I did that a little bit back to front and normally put the card up first. So I will show you the card that we're doing now. And I have got it as a bit of a tent fold card. I think I put in the instructions that it was actually a portrait opening one, but it's not. Whoops. But you can, I mean, either way you do it, it will be perfectly fine. Hi Heather. Hi Andrea. Thank you for coming along tonight. So we're going to do a little bit of a technique using our blocks and just getting that really cool background. There are a couple of options with that, but so we're just going to use our standard card base. So I've got mine cut in the long strip. So I'm just going to get that done so that it's ready to put together. I know some people prefer to score theirs, but I'm not always sure that it's going to be exactly right, so I prefer to kind of get it over that way a little bit. Alright, so tonight you had two pieces of matting. Hi Lisa, hi Sandra. Oh Sandra, did I message you? I don't think I did. Hi Trace. I think Sandra, I need to message you because I think, oh my gosh, this week's just gone a bit crazy. But I'm pretty sure you won last week. And so I have to, hello, Alison. Yeah, so sorry, Sandra, I will get in touch with you to sort your prize out. So I've got two pieces of cardstock. One is slightly, which is very hard to see. But if you could see that one there, I don't know actually if you can see it. So I'm going to pop it on the base like that. And then there's another one which gives you a really fine white mat around the edge. Message you first. Oh, hey Debs. That's okay. Have you posted it? I'll put it in. Hi Sue. Nice to meet you. Thank you for popping in. Sandra, excellent Sandra. That took ages. New Zealand Post, hey? So you're just going to get a really slight fine border around the edge. It doesn't have to be white. It can be whatever colour you want to match it to. I just kind of like the white. When you dimensional it, you get that sort of shadow through there, so it gives a little bit of definition. Yes, cool. I'll add your name before we do the spinning. Actually, I'll add your name now, Debs. Otherwise, I will forget. Better put a capital on there, eh? Because, you know, being a teacher and all, got to make sure you do it right. Okay, so back to the card. We're just going to pop the bigger piece of the card, the bigger matting, and our base out of the way. I'm just going to work with the one piece that we've got here. So what I've got is a piece, I'm going to use Blushing Bride because it coordinates with my cardstock. You can use any colour that you like, obviously. Now you've got two kind of options. In fact, actually, I'm just going to get another piece so I can show you both. Both options for the card and using so I don't waste my thing. So you're just going to get a block. I've got one that is slightly smaller than my stamp, so I'm using the peony stamp, and I want to have some of my stamp kind of poking out the sides a bit, so I've gone with a block that is slightly smaller. That's up to you. You might want to have one that's bigger that your stamp fits inside, especially if you've got a smaller colour. And this is a D block. Yeah, this is a D, so it's actually quite deceiving. It looks square, but it's actually slightly rectangular. So I'm going to stamp it so that I have my stamp coming out the side there. But before that, just got a piece of scrap here that we can use, and we're just going to, either way you do this, whether you put your ink directly on You just want to get, oops, my ink pad obviously needs a little bit of a massage because it's not even cover. But that's all right, because you're going to just stamp it. I don't know how well you can see that. I haven't quite got the... so you've got ink all over the block. And then you're literally just going to stamp it down onto your cardstock. So like I said, I've got a piece of scrap here. And then we can see which one we prefer and then use the... So this is just direct from your stamp pad to your cardstock. Just press it down so you get a nice real even pressure and lift it off. And so you get that effect. All right. The other option, which is quite effective as well, let me cover that up, is you just get one of our spritzers. This is just water. And I might just, so I don't get stuff everywhere, I put it in a tissue. And last time I did this, I squirted myself, so that wasn't fun. So make sure that the nozzle is facing away, and you just kind of want to have it so that it just spritzes a little bit. So it just loosens the ink a little bit more. I mean, our inks are water-based anyway, so the extra ink on, you can see that it kind of just makes it pull a little bit more. So keeping that one to that side. On this side here, you don't want, the trick is not to put too much water on either, because otherwise it makes your card base too wet. All right. So we're just going to pop that down, and then that's the effect that you get with your, so this is just ink, and this one is ink and water. So I'll put here just ink and ink, whoops, plus water, spritz. Okay, so those are the two effects that you get. So this one here, I've actually done with just ink. So tonight's one for you, I'll do one so that you can see what they both look like as a made-up card with the water. So I'm just going to wipe that a bit. Hope everyone's had a nice day. Kind of got nice here. The sun, it's warm for sure, that's for sure, which is surprising because with the rain, you know, sometimes it makes you feel a bit cold. But so I'm going to stamp my ink. Maybe it is better this way. I've got a patch in there that I can see, which is not great. There we go. So I'm just pop that over there. Again, where did I put my spritzer? There it is. Talking to myself. So we have got, it looks like it's a little bit more ink on there, but that's okay. I'm just going to squirt that and see how it kind of all pulls together. It drags the ink in from the side of it. Now I want to have my oblong shape a little bit more the portrait style rather than the landscape style. I'm going to pop that just a little bit higher than it would be in the middle, so I've got space at the bottom. And then as you can see, that's got more water in it than this one did, because that's only that little splotch there. This is bled quite a lot, which is one of the nice things. I guess it gives you humid. Yeah, very humid. We had fans going today. It was crazy. Just didn't expect to have fans going. Hi, Shabana. Is Shabana here? Oh, see, unless people, it's so hard. Unless people say hi, I don't know they're here. Because on my phone, there's tiny little people at the top, but on my computer, which I'm looking at to see the messages, there's nothing except 12 people. But nice to have you join us, Shabana. I'm just trying to dry that off a little bit. I haven't got my heat tool out, so I don't want to. So if you're using the water, you want to just make sure that it is dry, because unless you're using stays on, because you don't want the ink of your stamp to run. All right. While that's drying, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And I'm going to do a happy birthday. The stamp set doesn't have a happy birthday. Thinking of you on your special day. That'll work. Yeah, that one will work. Now I just have to find it. There. Well, all this mucking around and you making you guys wait, sorry about that, means that my ink will dry. So being indecisive has its bonuses sometimes. Okay, we're going to pop this on here. I'm just using my Memento black water-based ink. I just like that. You could, if you wanted to make sure that your image when you stamp it is a little bit more secure, you could use a Stays-On, which is an alcohol-based stamp pad, which means that if there's any water residue in your ink here, the stamp that you stamp on top of it won't run. So that's just another safeguard. I'm a bit lazy and I don't really want to clean it because you guys got to clean it really well. Okay, so I like to, I think I've mentioned this before, but when I'm using a big stamp, especially with the Memento or the Stays-On, I like to put my stamp pad to the stamp. That way I can see that it's got a really good coverage on it. Then I'm just going to line that up. And one of the nice things with our clear blocks is that you can kind of see where everything goes. So like I said before, I want some of it to come out of all sides of the square of my block. Don't rock your stamp. A little bit harder with big ones to rock it, but you still can, and that's where you end up with that line image after it. So that is the, see, it hasn't run so much, so it's relatively dry, but in some of those spots where the water has blended and it's kind of more of a smoother ink, that the flower is a little bit more defined, although it's quite nice to get that white through there, I think. So I've got a piece of, I'm going to put a piece of this gorgeous, what's it called? Tracy will probably be able to tell me, and I need to put my glasses on to read it because it's so little. Glittered organdy ribbon. So you can get this in black and white. White is in the mini catalogue at the moment, but the black is in the main catalogue. So I'm just going to pop that in. You've when you're doing a bow or a knot, actually, like this, you've got a couple of options. So you can tie it and then get it tied so that it's flat and straight there. Or I'll show you the other option, which is kind of a cheat option, and you use less ribbon. So if we just have a bit of extra over the side, and then we're going to cut. This is quite a stiff ribbon, so it will hold its shape a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut a smaller piece, lay our longer piece on the bench or on the table, and just going to cross it over and then tie the shorter piece in a knot. And what that does is creates, it's a faux knot as such. I mean, it's not, because it's a real knot, but it's faux in that it's not one piece. And then you can just tighten it. You can move it along to where you want it. I want the knot to be over the stem of my flower. So I'm going to make these little tails a bit shorter. Make sure you cut the right ones when you're trimming that off. Have you used it yet, Tracy? That one? It's so pretty. I think I've used it a couple of times now. I need to get the white one. I bought that one in the pool party, which is super pretty as well. So I want to put mine there. like that, and I want to have my ribbon so that it just covers slightly over there. So to put that together, I'm just going to use some dimensionals on the other side. I'm just going to use some, where am I, 1, 2. So I want it to also be able to grab the card when I put it down. So there. So I'm going to put one there. Really do. This light is not good. And one there. Take the back off. And then just making sure that my knot is in the right place. I've got a slight overlap. I don't know if you can see that because my fingers are in the way. A slight overlap of the pink underneath the black. And then I'm just pulling the ribbon taut, catching it on the dimensional. And then I've still got space there on the other side of the dimensional that I can catch onto my card. And you want to make sure that it's tight but not too tight so that your card bows, so you want it to still be sitting flat. Then I'm just going to trim off the excess because we don't need lots of that. So that is kind of pretty much that. So we're just going to put our base together. I'm going to glue the middle layer down. Remember, if you're using glue, don't go too close to the edge because it will ooze out. And pop that down. It's so much easier when you've got a full glue. Just kind of oozes out. So you've got to, well, sometimes it's easier because you've got to watch then that it doesn't. So putting dimensionals on the back. And I'm just going to use up these edge pieces. So one there. One there. One there. And one there. And that should, maybe I'll put some in the middle. That means a new packet. I've used up all my little odds and ends from my kits that I use for classes, so they'll be all nice new packs opening when I can actually do classes again. And 1, 2 in the middle. Rabbiting for a batch. Okay, maybe I'll trim that back a little bit too. If you are trimming it, just be careful to make sure that you trim it on an angle so it doesn't fray, especially this one, because the organdy frays quite easily by that. Alright, so then we're just going to pop that onto our card. We're going for time. Oh, nice quick one tonight. Oh, that's crooked. Alright, Kelly, just suck it up and put your glasses on so you can see what you're doing. Alright, so it is a very fine border. It looks about right. So we're just going to pop it on like that. And what I have got, now these ones, oh actually they might be the current ones, some basic adhesive back sequins. So I'm going for these ones here, which are a pearly colour, and then there's some light. So let's get rid of that. If you haven't seen the Take Your Pick tool, you get this putty end, which is really useful. So you just once it's gone all hard and gross, you just twist it so you get another one, and then it's really helpful. Not so probably much for these with the backing on them. You have to pull them a bit harder. But if you're pulling them out of a pot to put on with glue, oh my gosh, this is a lifesaver. Yeah, I'll stick with the silvery colours, I think. Okay. Yeah, so I think that is nice. Actually, what would be really nice is a little bit of Winker Stella. I can find my Winker Stella. Oh, there it is. And we'll just put... You do have to be careful with Winker Stella because it is water-based, so the water-based ink will run. But don't. If you just put little bits on, where the lines are, or where the leaves are, or the stem or something, you probably won't see too much of that in the camera, but I'll pull it up just so you can see. I don't know if you can actually. Just ever so slightly. No, you can't really. Oh, a little bit in here. It's a little bit of a shimmer. Okay, so that's our card for tonight. Those are the two different ways that you can do it. If you want more of a, I guess, crisper mottle, I'd say, or if you want more of that watery colour wash, then using the spritz of water. Obviously, the more water you put on, the more it will meld into each other and become a little bit more smoother. So I'd love to see any that you guys make. Would be amazing. And as usual, if we thank you, Sue. Yes, it is so simple, Heather. And you could do that technique with any, like a kid's card. If you've got some really cool elephant animals, Deb's, some of those animals are quite. If you did colour blocks, smaller colour blocks, and put the animals on. Oh my gosh, we should have done that. Never mind. Yeah, it would look amazing. So, just so cute. You can do it with so many things. So, I'm just going to pop you around. I'm going to flip you around if I can see what I'm doing. And then pull myself back a little bit. All right, so thank you very much, ladies, for sticking with me tonight and getting to the end of that. Like I said, if you have got any, if you want to give it a go, I'd love to. Sarah's watching too. Tracy, zebras would look so cool with like a green background or something. You too, and your zebras. Yeah, so that'd be really awesome. If you want to have a go and put it up on my page, and I'll put a post on, which I will pin to the top this week. Sorry, it got a bit confusing for some people because I didn't pin it, or I wasn't fast enough putting it up there. So we will do the draw from Sunday night. If you want to have a go making this and putting it on my page by Sunday at 6:30-ish, I kind of come in about 7 and do a last double check. But if I do try to, get it all done as I see them, so I don't have to rush at the last second. All right, so let's turn you around and see who's going to win our card tonight. And we might even be finished a little bit early, ladies. All right, so I've got Alison, Heather, Sandra, Andrea, Tracy, and Debs. Thank you very much, all 6 of you. Good luck to you all. Yay, Heather! Woohoo! All right. Thank you, Heather. I will get in touch with you really soon to choose your prize after Sandra. I got Sandra. That's weird. Sandra, for you to choose your prize from last week. And no, was it Andrea last week? Was Andrea, because she was away camping. Or am I? All right. I need to go back and have a look, ladies, but I will get in touch with you both to organise your prize and get it sent out. Sorry, it's been a bit of a long day. Thank you, Alison. Yeah, it was you. I thought so. I don't know what the heck. It's been a long day. All right. Yes, Andrea was camping. I know. And it sounds like she had a fabulous time, which was great. I will let you ladies go. It is 5 minutes to 8 o'clock. So we're a little bit early, makes up for the couple of times that we've been a bit late. Enjoy your evening. enjoy. Yes, you got yours. Thank you, Sandra. Enjoy having a go and playing with it. I would suggest, have a go with some. You probably don't want to have a go too much practicing on photocopy paper because it's a bit thin, so it will warp and it might not give you the same effect as if you're using cardstock. But if you've got a couple of bits of scrap card that you don't mind using to have a play around with, you can always cut them out later and use them on your card anyway. I think that it's worthwhile having a play around with it. Alrighty, I will see you guys later. See you on Sunday. Have a great rest of the week and weekend. And I'll see you at the end of the weekend. All right, bye.